Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to another one of our boat videos. Today we're looking at a 2002 Sea Ray 320 Sundancer. For the age, this is probably the cleanest 320 I've ever seen. It's in exceptional condition. And also, this boat has probably more extras than most of these. One of them is the windshield. I will show you that later, but that's the super expensive option Sea Ray offered that pretty much nobody bought. It's full stainless steel and really makes a difference, but like I said, it was expensive. Boat also has a nice electronics package. There's a digital radar, got an electric anchor windlass, and also this boat has the optional 6.2 liter freshwater cooled engines. Those were the replacements Mercruiser came with for their older 7.4 MPIs. They actually are lighter and they produce more horsepower and pretty much the same torque as the older ones. Pretty much everything in this boat also works. We'll do a closer look inside. Another important thing is this boat has the V drives, so it's a shaft propulsion, not outdrive. So down here in Florida you can actually keep this boat in the water easily and not have the headache of maintaining the outdrives. The boat also has a fairly new cockpit cover in great condition. Gel coat is real nice and shiny. Very little signs of use anywhere. Okay, let's dock the boat and go inside, and I'll show you the cockpit and cabin and the rest of the boat. This is the inside of our 320 Sea Ray. Standing here at the swim platform, got a swim ladder there, aft storage locker, shore power inlet. Upholstery on this boat is original, and for the age I would say it's really nice. There's no rips or tears anywhere. It's still nice and soft. Got storage underneath the seats. More seating. Here we have a wet bar, the sink, it's a refrigerator, it's also functional. It's a gate so you can close the walkway to the swim platform. This is what I mentioned earlier about the stainless steel windshield. This is the first 320 I've actually seen that has this option. I don't remember how much it was from Sea Ray to order it new, but it was insanely expensive. Here's the helm. Everything works here. Get a Raymarine Tri-Data, VHF radio, get a Raymarine display, get a Simrad standalone autopilot. That also works. All the gauges are functional. The engines currently have about 675 hours on them. All the switches appear to be functional as well. And here's the cockpit. The whole floor comes up, gives you a great access to the engine room. This model actually replaced the older 310, which had kind of difficult engine room access. The back part went up with electric, and then there was a huge panel left that needed to be manually moved and made it difficult. 2002 Sea Ray came up with this 320 that replaced the 320, and it's quite a lot more modern. Back to the helm, and here we have the door going into the cabin, so let's go in there next and see how it looks. Okay, I'm sitting in the aft cabin of our Sea Ray. This is the view forward. So on the port side you can see the galley, more seating. The starboard side, there's also a table and a table leg that goes there. We do have that. These are the steps coming from the cockpit. It's got the cherry wood interior. All the woodwork is in nice shape. A flat screen TV. There's a double burner cooktop, sink, there's a hot cold pressure water, there's plenty of storage. There's the bed. We have the AC on currently. It's about 90 degrees outside, but it's very comfortable in here. Here's the AC controls, and again, there's no leaks anywhere to be seen on this boat. No odors inside whatsoever. There's the head. I'll show that to you in a minute. More about the aft cabin. Okay, let's take a look at the head. Here, also very nice and clean. Boat has the vacuum flush option, also fully functional. And then there's the sliding door outside. I'll show you the main electric panel in here. Here's your original stereo. There's the 12-volt panel, and then there's the 110. And again, everything seems to work fine on this boat. Okay, I'll show you next the engine room, then we'll do a startup of the motors and head out for a sea trial. These are our engines. Like I mentioned earlier, they're the upgraded optional 6.2 liter MPIs with 320 horsepower per side. And if you look at them closely, you can see the heat exchangers, and that's a really important thing when you run it in salt water. That means that you have antifreeze cooling the engines instead of salt water going into the block. And in the back of the engine room you can see the generator. That's also a nice feature, having it being the Westerbeek model. Most of these have the Kohlers, and there's really nothing wrong with the Kohler, except they run at 3600 RPMs versus this Westerbeek only turns 1800 RPMs. So whenever you're running the generator, this is actually way more quiet than the Kohlers. And when you look down there, those are the transmissions for the V drives. Boat has fairly new exhaust. It's good to go. It was just inspected, and they start great. 670 hours roughly. And that's our engine room part. Let's start this boat up next and then go out. Alright, this is the aft of our 320 Sundancer. As you can hear, we got the generator running, and next we'll do engine startup. So go ahead. Both of them started perfectly, no smoke. It's MPI engines for you. Alright, let's take the boat and see how it runs. Sea trial part, Sea Ray 320. Okay, put it up on plane. About 3,400 RPM, it's getting up nicely. We're already doing about 18 knots. See the stainless windshield again. Okay, give it some throttle. 2,400. Going against the incoming tide, so it'll be a little bit slower. 4,600. Everything's looking good. Temperature is good. Oil pressure. Yeah, volts. 20, almost 30 miles an hour. Yeah, but boat runs perfect. Okay, you can slow it down.